What is up, guys? Danny here, and sorry for not uploading for such a long time. It's stopping today, though. Uh, Halloween Horror Nights for me begins tomorrow, October 7th, and boy, am I excited to go. This year, there's a couple of houses in particular that I'm very, very excited to go through, and yeah, this year will be a little bit different for me, though. Typically, I go with Express, and I typically go within the first 3 weeks of the event. This year, we decided to go back a little bit later, and we ended up realizing that Express was going to be really expensive, like right when we were buying our tickets a couple weeks ago. So we decided we're going to go two separate nights this year. Tomorrow, October 7th, and November 4th, which is the very, very last night of the event. And I know we'll be able to get through all the houses, but I don't think we're going to be able to get through them all tomorrow. We're going to try our best. We kind of know how the park flows throughout the night, and because the park does close later, I do have a feeling that we'll be able to get through quite a few houses. Obviously, we're going to have to make some tough calls, but yeah. With that being said, though, not going into too much detail how I'm going to run through the park, because I'm going to talk about that at the end of my review for all the houses. But I have a list over here off to the side of me showing the houses I'm most excited for to least excited for. So let's get started. Number 1 is Scarecrow the Reaping. I love the concept of this house. When it got announced, I was like, yo, this house sounds cool. And hearing from Orlando vloggers stating that it could be the best house of the year really makes me excited, because I have high hopes for it. And I like the concept a lot for it. Number 2 is The Shining. I actually just saw that film about a month ago, and I really, really enjoyed it. I could see why a lot of people do like this film. And knowing Universal, we are going to be immersed into this film. And I know Universal will do a spectacular job at recreating this. And I'm very, very excited to go through it. Number 3. American Horror Story. I'm calling it Volume 2 because that's what kind of it is. It's placed in the same place as American Horror Story was last year. I really hope that it's going to be just as long as last year. We always like those super, super long houses. And yeah, I'm really stoked. I am a fan of Asylum and Coven. I prefer Asylum, so I'm excited to go through this that season in particular. I haven't seen Roanoke, so I don't really know what to expect. But yeah, number 4 is The Fallen. I feel like if you took Gothic and Hades, Gothic's from 2012 or 13, and Hades is from 2010. You threw those together, I feel like that's what The Fallen is. Now, I haven't heard anyone say that's what it feels like, but just from the concept and the bio of what this house is, I feel like it kind of is that. And I'm really stoked for it. And let's see how I feel about it afterwards. Number 5 is Dead Waters. Back in 2014, we had a scare zone. I believe it was something called Bayou of Blood, I believe. And now we're having a continuation called Dead Waters. And I'm very excited to go through this house. I've heard that the facade of the sunken boat is very, very cool to walk through. And I'm very stoked to go through this house. Number 6 is The Hive. Something about 80s Nosferatu vampire clan living in a house and you going through the house seems really cool. It's something so out there and left field for Universal to just kind of like throw at us. I did hear that it was supposed to be something else, but they had to come up with The Hive. I heard it may not be the strongest house this year, but I'm still excited to go through it, and I'm not going to let their opinions affect my opinions upon the house. So that's my number 6. Now, the last 3 houses in particular, I have nothing against. One, I don't have an interest in one of the houses, and 2, I don't know much about the other one. And the third one, I don't really care for really at all. That's the only house I'm just kind of like, whatever. The one I don't really care for is Horrors of Blumhouse. It's taking The Purge, Sinister, Insidious all in the one house. Back in 2015, we had The Purge house, and I felt like it was an okay house. Wasn't the best house, but it certainly wasn't bad either. Insidious we had a couple years before that, and I really, really actually liked that house. From my understanding and remembering of the house, I did like it a lot. But my understanding is that this house is mainly Sinister, which I have not watched the Sinister franchise, series, franchise, whatever you want to call it. And I don't really know how I feel about it completely yet, but I don't know. It should be okay, but I don't know much about it other than that. Number 8 is Saw. Honestly, I don't really care for the Saw franchise, and for me, going through this house isn't really gonna bring anything for me, like reliving like really cool death scenes from Saw, because I don't really care for that whole franchise in general, and not really interested in it. But I'm gonna go through it and I'll give my honest opinion upon it. And number 9, Ash vs. Evil Dead. Honestly, there's nothing against Ash vs. Evil Dead. I've just never seen the TV show on Starz, so I have no clue what I'm really in for besides it being Bruce Campbell going back into the Evil Dead universe. Other than that, I don't really know. From my understanding, is it sounds like it's a comedy house from what a lot of people are saying. And yeah, that's my list, guys. It may change with my review. Now, typically I do a vlog, and I honestly, as of right now, Friday night, it is 5 o'clock when I'm recording this. I don't even know if I'm doing a vlog yet. And I don't know, actually. A lot of people have already vlogged the event, so I may or may not do it. I may just do a review. But with that being said, guys, I want to make this video short and stating that I'm going tomorrow to Halloween Horror Nights, and I'm stoked. So, guys, leave a comment of what your favorite house is if you went this year, or if you haven't, tell me what your favorite house is that you're excited to go to. I should say. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.